Hello, hello, hello. Is anyone there? Let me get some more light here. How is everyone? Me. What in the world is going on there? Huh. What did I do? What did I do? Hi, Tina. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm kind of looking for a timer here. Hello, Snell. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just chilling, thinking about reading, living the life.
Thinking about reading?
I am so behind, girl.
Me too.
I need to get to some reading. I got two books, actually, yeah, two books I got to finish by next Saturday, and a third one I got to finish by the Sunday.
Okay.
So, and I got some stuff that I got to do and work in between. So I
How
don't know what
long
I'm
are the
committing
books?
myself to. Huh?
How long are the books?
Well, one of them is the first book in this big old thing, Inheritance Trilogy.
Whoa.
It's not the whole thing. It's like 400 pages. This the G.K. Jemisin read along.
Okay.
So say it again.
I said okay.
Yeah. So the one is the first book. They're roughly each about 400 pages.
Okay. I thought you had to read that whole thing.
No, by April, May, June. By June, we should be finishing the whole thing. The thing is the read along, the first the discussion for the first book is next Saturday, May 6th, I think, is next Saturday. And that was supposed to have been read in April, which, I had a little grace period since it's the first Saturday. So I should have technically been finished, or should be. So anyway, I have that. And then I have this book, which I just started. And I have to return this back to the library by the 5th. So that's why I have to read both of them by the end of next week, because but they're still, next week is May, so I'm good to start as long as I finish in May for my read along. It's just that I get it together. Oh my gosh. Hello, hi listeners, how you doing? I feel like it's so dark here. I don't know. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure there's no echoes and stuff. Doing good. Glad you are too. I'm okay. How are you, Nell? I started just going on a rant about my books. How are you doing?
I'm good. Work is it's shaping up better, so that's good. It's still very complicated, but like it gets a little bit better every week.
There you go. And you have to learn a whole new cast of characters at this work.
Yep.
So you have to get to know the people and then get to know the job. And you'd be like, dang, why I got to do any of those? Nothing wrong. Why am I going to subscription? I'm trying to find this timer thing here. Oh my God, y'all. This has been a day. I have done too many things today and not enough of what I want to do. And why did I go back? Sorry, I'm looking at another tab here.
I just realized my lamps are not on. I'm like, why does it look weird in my room? It's because the lights are not on.
Shed some light on the situation, girl. Yeah. Okay, hold up. Okay, maybe that won't be.
That's so much better.
Okay. Found what I was looking for. Sorry. Let me get back to y'all. Okay. Oh, we got Miss Adrienne in the house.
Hi,
Adrienne, with your blue hat. How you doing?
Good. This is called I didn't do my hair today, so that's what I get. And I need to color my hair too. So yeah.
I discovered recently it's a wash-in hair dye. Oh, I just put it in the other room. It's a wash-in hair dye. I only did the front of my hair because I never did it before, and I was like, I don't know, which if anything, if you're going to dye your hair and it's going to take your hair out, you want to do the back first because you can cover it up. I just did the first and I was like, okay, You know, I'd rather just because that's the part that needed it. It worked pretty well. You know, I mean, it's probably temporary, but you know, we don't wash our hair as much as like some other folks, so it should last longer.
I was gonna ask you, how long does it last?
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. The box didn't say. You know, it was one of the free things, so I was like, it's supposed to be all natural. But I'm like, this is a heck of a lot of ingredients for all natural. But it worked for the most part. You know, the rest I can still color in with a pencil.
Okay.
I need to take my hair out. I've been contemplating for the last 24 hours, like trying to schedule it right. Because if I take my hair out, it's gonna look crazy. And I don't do my own hair. That is not a gift that I was blessed with. I don't know how to do hair. I can barely do a ponytail. So I have to time it so that my mom can do my hair. But also, like, my hair has to be done by Monday because I have to go to work and I can't go to work looking crazy. So I'm like, what kind of style can I do, like, real quick that's going to be appropriate for work? And so I'm just, like, trying to figure all that out. Because I don't want, like, a style because I plan on going to the Dominicans next weekend and getting it, like, done, blown out, dyed, all that. So I don't want to waste my mom's time and get her to do too much to it. But also, like, it needs to look like something because I have to go into the office. So that's been in the back of my mind for the last 24 hours, and I still don't have an answer.
You said you're going to the Dominican? Like Dominicans or Dominican Republic?
No. The Dominican, like the Dominican salon.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Okay. Yeah. Watch out, girl. I hear they be pulling them edges tight, just like those African salons. Watch out. You need your hair.
I usually go there like once or twice a year.
YouTube it.
I stopped going to them because they put you under the dryer and then they blow dry you. And I was like,
Yeah. I don't want to because they'll put you under the dryer, they'll blow dry it, and they flat iron it. And I'm like, that's way too much heat. So I usually just have them do like the roller set under the dryer, and then I'll have them like blow it out. And then I'm like, you don't need to curl it. It's fine because it's gonna sweat out anyway. So it's not even worth all the extra heat.
The only time I apply heat to my hair is when I go to the salon and have them trim it, because you know you got to trim it and be straight. But I go to this beauty school, and normally they're under the instruction of a teacher or whatnot. But the last time I went, like, I'm a natural hair girl. It took, and you know how normally when you're natural hair, you put some moisture in it, and it's like, poof.
Yep.
My hair took like 4 days before all of it completely went like back to curly. Like she tried the crap out of my hair to get it straight so it can look nice that day. And I kept telling her, I was like, girl, I don't really wear my hair straight and I'm going to protective style it anyway, put it in some braids or twisties. So just do what you need to do to get it, to cut it and trim it. And also I wanted it cut like really short. And she just was acting like she didn't know what I was talking about, oh, you want some more? Yes, I want some more. I told you I wanted a drastic cut. Give me like cut at least 6 inches off. I told her when as a starting point, she was like, oh, you want this, more. I was like, look, get a ruler, measure 6 inches, cut, and then we'll style from there. And she kept trying to like get me a nice, cute little bob. And I just got frustrated and I was like, done. So my hair is still longer than I wanted it to be. Just frustrated with some folks. I just need to find another person like to do my hair. Like, I don't know anybody. That's why I just go to the beauty school just to get a little cut. And then I just do my hair myself. But YouTube it, girl, I'm telling you.
I've tried. I don't. Maybe it's I don't have the patience. I don't know. I can't. I used to do my hair when I was in college, and that was just too much. I'm like, I don't know how people do this. They do like twist out for a couple of days.
I dye my hair. I mean, I can do my hair when I was in college, like you were saying. I would do my hair, some other people's hair, but then I met an upperclassman who was actually licensed, and she was doing everybody's hair.
Nice.
There you go. She making that college money. She's making that.
She's got a shop in Atlanta now.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I said, yep. I never did it again as long as I went there because I was like,
even when I was doing it, it didn't look good. Like I have pictures. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I used to put my own perm in everything.
Yeah,
I used to. Now since I don't put the cream and crack in, I just deep condition it and yeah. I color it myself.
Okay.
It's a pain in the butt, but it's I think you know your hair better than anybody else, but I can use some guidance. I wish I knew a salon person that would give me good guidance and not be snooty with me just coming in like every 3-4 months instead of wanting to be a regular client. But the thing is, they don't really care about your hair unless you're coming in consistently.
Yep.
And it's like, because black hair takes a lot. And so people like you to be committed to them instead of saying, I'm going to do my own and save me some money and just give me guidance every now and then. It don't normally work that way. And that's why I go to the beauty school, because it's easy, it's simple. I just go in for what service I need with no commitment. But they don't care about your hair either. They're still learning. This girl asked me, do you wash out a deep condition? Yeah, you wash out a deep condition. You're about to graduate in 2 weeks. How you not know that? It's annoying. Oh my God, girls. Okay, anyway, let's get to these chats. Audible credit, but I'm getting it tomorrow as I have to wait to read a book I really want to read. I don't know how Audible credit works. Is that like Audible? Like Amazon Audible? Which I will say Amazon Audible is the most expensive memberships of all the Audibles that I have heard of. I could be wrong, but if that's your primary source, I mean, take the credits, because when you buy books from them, they do give you credits, but I would look for another alternative if you're shelling out some dollars. Hey, hi, Kenny girl. How you doing?
I think some audiobooks, this is random, I just thought about this. I don't know why my brain took so long to process, but I think some audiobooks are only like they're Audible exclusives. So you have to have Audible in order to listen to it. So that might be, I don't know if that's Tina's situation, but I know for some people, that's the reson why they have Audible, is because they can't listen to the audiobook any other way.
Unfortunately,
That's true. I've heard of that. Amazon be commandeering the game on the Audible sometimes. So I'd be like, you know what? Deuces. No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to get together this TBR for May, which I've gotten it together. I think I just need to film it together. And but I'm like, I hope I didn't bite off more than I can chew, but I have quite a few books that I don't have an audio for, but I'm gonna make it work. We'll figure it out. It's always changeable. Finished today, booked for trouble. Why does that sound familiar? Audible credit, but I have to wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow and get it. It's only a few hours away. You got it. Guess
what did you start?
What did she start?
What did you start? Hey, Audrey.
Hi, Audrey. How you doing?
Audrey, I'm so glad you're here. I don't normally watch really long videos. I would be completely honest. If the video is more than 30 minutes, it's probably going to end up in my watch later list for a long time, because I usually don't have that much time consecutively to sit down and watch a video. But when I was getting dressed either Monday or Tuesday, whatever day that was, Audrey's video, it's like 40-45 minutes. I watched the whole thing. It was very well done. Like, bravo to you, Audrey, for putting your story out there. Very well done.
I watched a video about her this week. Did I miss some? I must have missed.
It was a video about like her journey with infertility.
Oh, okay. I definitely I'm sorry to hear. As someone that has gone through it, I can only imagine. I will say, by the way, hello, Ulysses. I will say that for longer videos, I learned this from Heather. You can speed it up, because sometimes people talk slow. It's just like the audiobooks. Which I learned that from y'all, by the way, because I'm listening at slow, regular speed, just being frustrated with audiobooks. Like, dang, can they talk quicker? Like, and then somebody, I don't know who it was like, hey, speed it up. You can change the time. I'm like, oh, crap, this has changed my life. Same thing with BookTube. I watch a whole lot more BookTube because I be speed it up. 1.75 is still my sweet spot. Popping in to say hello. Hey, Amy. Thank you very much. I hope everything is going well. I know you've been battling some issues with, your health and trying to get meds and all that stuff, right? I hope it's going better for you. What are you all reading? Oh, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read Camp Zero.
Adrian said a good question.
I ain't mad at her. About 5 minutes prior, I was thinking the same thing to hear. That's why I grabbed both of these. I was like, which one am I going to start? I need to do them both.
Because truth be told, I'm still doing some work. So between that and I finished that book yesterday. I don't need to touch that. But I can continue Death Note.
Yes.
Ooh, there you go.
That's gonna be the next book that I read. I'm reading volumes the 5 and 6, I think, is the next one that I'm reading, probably this weekend.
And honey, going random things.
Yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I also have an audio book that I can. Well, I have a couple of them that I can listen to. One I'm gonna try to save till next week because it actually falls under AAPI.
Okay.
So,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I got a few of those. We'll talk about readathons in the next sprint after. Oh, what's your book about right now?
I don't remember what this is about. I'm reading this. So I got this book last year because somebody said it was good. Don't remember who or what they said about it, but
that's
I got
what
it
happens to book too. I don't even know what this is about. I just know I put it on my list, and it was Asian.
So getting it. It's been sitting on my shelf the entire time, but it just so happened that this is the book that Princess is reading for her book club for I think it was March and April, and I think the discussion is maybe sometime in the beginning of May. So that's why I'm reading this. But I think it's about a witch. I don't really know. I think it's like dark academia, something about a witch. That's all I remember. I'm only on like the 3rd page, so I don't know.
Oh, you just really started.
Hey, I'm in the same boat, girl. I think I'm on page like 10, okay? But if you're participating in the Asian Readathon and you start a book now, hold up, no, I'm thinking of Escape the Readathon. They said as long as you're 50% mark and 200 pages in, if you started it in April and finish it in May, it counts. But either way, to me, if I'm still in the process of reading it, it's going to count for me. But I'm not going to I got to work and stuff. So I know I'm not going to probably get more than 100 pages into either one of these books before May. So I'm not even sweating that. But is that a series?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay. I need to get on one of these book clubs for all these discords I'm in besides Escape the Readathon. I'm assuming this is a manga.
That sounds like an escape room thing.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't know well, we'll discuss. Let me hold off. We'll talk about readathons after the next one. Otherwise, I'll get bugged out.
Ooh, Rita, how are you liking that? I was gonna get that because I think Kenny read that book and Kenny talked about it. I'm pretty sure that's where I heard of it. So I was gonna get it. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's definitely on my list.
Yep, it's waiting for me to start it. It's one of the audiobooks that's waiting for me on Libby.
Group read, y'all. Yeah, average Audible subscription is like $15, one credit that can be used for one audiobook. Do you use one credit per audiobook or you need multiple credits? I don't know how that works. Just one per? And then, but it's only one per month. So then what? I know I keep seeing something about if you buy this, you get however many points. So is it when you buy books, you get points and those are credits towards?
Yeah.
Okay. Too much for me to understand.
Yeah, something new they're trying.
Yeah. This is Libby. Yeah, I use Libby.
I use both of those. I use actually all three if we count Audible. Yeah,
you got to use all your services and all your not the services. What's the term I'm looking for? Maybe your services, whatever's at your disposal. That's what I use. Primarily use Scribd, library, audiobooks, can't buy the book, so I have to use yeah, and sometimes it's a wait. For this book, I was like, oh, I got it from the library, right? And it's a newer one, so I can't renew it because somebody's on hold for it because it just came out. So I have to get it done by next week. Otherwise, they snatching it back, which I'm pissed at. Okay, but anyway, I get it. And then I was like, oh, okay. On the Libby, there is for my other library card, there is an Audible portion, and I decided to click on that sucker. And they're like, oh, 11-week wait. I'm like, okay, so I got to finish this book this week. Yep. 11 weeks, I go to work.
That was fair. That was fair for me. Was a long wait like that.
I know. I'm like, nah. Okay, this is the book that Kenny's talking about.
I think she's talking about the 5th season.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you're doing it? 2.5 speed, Kenny.
Oh my gosh.
That's like
that's really
I
would
not be able to grasp what's going on that fast.
That's Neva speed. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Oh, by the way, there is for those, I mean, everybody probably know this, for the 5th season, there is a YouTube, it's in like 10 different installments or whatever, but there's a channel that I think it's some Audible channel, but anyway, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
For an Audible version. I didn't know that. I just sat and read it, but I found it after the fact. Thank you. Wanted to make a video of what to say, not to say to someone who's struggling, but time is scarce.
I think that would be a good idea. I just saw a video, I think it was today. If it wasn't today, it was yesterday. If anybody watches Love is Blind, the first couple, Lauren and what is his name?
Cameron.
Lauren, whatever the guy's name is.
Cameron.
Yeah, Cam. It was him. He did a video, I think, on Instagram where he was saying we need to normalize and like get the word out there that it's not okay to ask couples, when are you having a baby? Because some people are trying to have a baby and it's just not working, or some people just can't have kids. So it's like, for you to ask, it's not like, you can't just assume that, oh, they're just twiddling their thumbs and staring at the wall and just wasting time. Like, you don't know what their situation is. So yeah, Audrey, I think that would be a very interesting video to make.
You also shouldn't assume that couples want to have children.
Yep.
Because there are several that do not, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
And to not demonize them when they say they don't.
Yeah, I don't understand that. People, like, I get that people are curious, especially those that are invested in someone's relationship, because it's the same thing with marriage. Don't assume everybody wants marriage as well. You know, but if somebody, but I get that people are kind of invested and are curious to a certain extent. But when somebody says, I don't want this, then accept that. But you have people that like, oh, well, that's wrong, or why?
You're going to change your mind later.
Yeah, it's like, that's not your business. That's one of the reasons when I first came on BookTube and it came up, like, I'm not shy about my infertility journey because maybe it'll help other people. And especially when I talk about, and to each his own and how people want it. To me, it's just that when it comes to myself, it was the idea that getting fertility checked if you want kids is something that I speak about. Not that you got to have a kid now, but if in the future, I don't care if you're at least 30 to go, because that's something that, to me, if I would have known, it might have made a big difference. And that's something that nobody talks about. Same thing with donor eggs and not having eggs, the diminished reserve. Celebrities will sit there and tell you they did IVF sometimes, but they will not tell you they did not use their own eggs. And that to me is a big thing, because people talk about, oh, you can wait till you're 40, 45 to have a kid and stuff, and you can have it all. No, it does not work that way. The reality is it does not always work that way. And unless you know, then your options are very limited when you get to that point. So
yeah, I'll send you that video, audio, Audrey. I'll send you that video that I was talking about on Instagram. I'll send it to you. Maybe that'll give you some inspiration.
Yes. That's awesome. I appreciate people and their honesty. Usually long, but it has some catching up on recent reads. Ow. Hey, you know what? Like I said, y'all, if there's a long video that y'all want to watch, don't fear it. Put it on and do some other stuff, but also check that speed. It's in the setting, the little tinker wheel thing. It's in the settings. Speed it up. I do it all the time. I'm still at work. 10 more minutes. There you go. You got it, Ulysses. It's a manga 1619 assignment. I never did get on with that. I probably should. My library actually has it. Brandy's doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to do that too. Because I stopped because I had to get the book, because I was like, I need to tab it. And so I have tomorrow off. So I'm going to dedicate my time tomorrow to do that.
Get your work on. Get your schoolwork. Put it as like part of your school day. Just started it. Solved DNF Evelyn Hardcastle. Uh-oh.
I'm not surprised. I've said this before. It's a book that you have to have like your mind ready, because that book is crazy. Like, you have to be prepared to really focus on what's happening, because it's easy to miss something and it's easy to get confused.
I thought the audio book kept saying Evelyn.
Yeah.
That was the most annoying part for me. But yeah, you have to have your mind right. But I was on a mission, so DNF was not an option for me. But it was good though. That Stuart Turton, I think is his name, definitely has some good skill in there. Maybe later, Kenny, you can pick it back up.
It's not a book you can rush through, because you'll be very confused if you try to rush through it.
And it's
okay.
Watch every booktube video 2x, even when I struggle to go through my watch later list. I tend to talk fast, so if you're listening to me on 2x, it's like
I've actually never done that before.
Huh?
I've never done that before.
Me either.
I just watch it at the regular speed.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do that, but I try to show support, and the thing is, I can't. I have limited time. It's just the same way when people put out like multiple videos during the week that are like outside of shorts. Like I try to show support, especially with a lot of my key people that I know show support for me. I appreciate that. But I just, it's limited time. So I have to speed it up to kind of get through it, especially if it's a long one. If it's a really long one, I might not get to the whole thing, and then, but I try to commit to at least like one video a week, if I can remember. Sometimes you got to pinpoint, hey, I got a video out so I can go to it. But more than one video a week may be kind of hard, because it limits the other stuff, But yeah, speaking of a 2X is normally I'm not a 2X girl unless you're talking really slow. Maybe I should talk slower because I tend to talk fast naturally. If I talk slower, maybe I can be more concise in what I'm saying and then think that somebody will speed it up. But whatever. No, you have a video coming out tomorrow, by the way?
Yes, I do.
I didn't mean to put you on
it is. Oh, it's a tag. It's a tag.
Got a tag? Okay.
I finally posted for the first time in a while last night.
Yeah, I saw that you posted another episode of Walter's Corner.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, yesterday would have been his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm just writing my notes of who I got to go look at videos for. Sometimes if they don't, if you don't hit it right at the right time, then it kind of goes down in your feed. So sometimes I don't get to some of them. I enjoy and can hear the accents since I watch Nollywood movies. Ooh, Nollywood. Oh, that's Nigeria, right?
Nigerian, yeah.
Okay. I have not read that. I've heard a lot about it. If they didn't region lock books, what are they?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, but that's funny that she compared it to Netflix.
What exactly is region lock? Like if it's not from like the UK, like if she's in the UK, you can't get books outside of it?
It's just like Netflix does it, YouTube does it. It's certain countries can't access certain content. I don't really know why that is, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe certain stuff is banned in certain countries, or I don't really know. But Netflix does it. YouTube does it too. That's why I think it was an audiobook that I was listening to through YouTube that I had to use my VPN to change and make it look like I was in like Hong Kong or somewhere. I don't know where I said I was, so that I could watch the video.
Hey, do what you gotta do, girl. Okay. You up to 2. Okay. Is everybody at 2? Okay. I'm a slow. Oh, I saw 3X already. Hold up. Train your ear, understand. Oh,
wow.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, not me. Can't do it.
I can't comprehend that fast. I could listen to what they're saying, but if you ask me what does that mean, I have no idea because it went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah. Well, some people, Neva, reading with Neva, y'all check out her channel, but she always talks about how she starts like slower, like starts at like 1x or 1 or 0.5, and she slowly speeds it up to like 3. I tried that, didn't work. Couldn't do it.
I usually do that, so I might start at like 1.2 or 1.5, and then I'll work my way up to 2. But I don't think that I could ever go past 2 because by the time I get to a point where I'm comfortable with 2, the book is over.
Oh yeah, you know where you stand in that, okay? So just get the timer. Yeah, I agree with you about the accents. When you have an accent that's not like normal to me, which I'm used to just a regular American accent. So if you have anything on top of that, then I definitely have issues with speeding it up. So yeah. Yeah, I tried Kindred. I had to stop. It was too much. Yeah.
I'm gonna read Kindred in December.
Kindred was good. Well, I did the graphic novel if you're interested in a condensed version. And it's on audio all over the place. But yeah, it was a lot. I don't know if 16, 19, is that like that in depth, like into some of the atrocities? I don't know. I know it talks about contributions of African Americans to the US, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I
Does
can't
it go
really
like?
answer that question right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know how graphic it was.
I'm not deep enough in it to give you that.
Oh, okay.
I know some things tick me off already, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was ticked off for most of February because I was delving a little bit more into the history, which was already sensitive. But then people in the real world were showing their ass. So I just was. February was not a good month, so I have to get away from historical fiction from that era for a while because I'm just like, why y'all coming at it this month? Like, I really don't understand. I'm still thinking about the TGI Fridays incident, but we're gonna let that one go. Vanessa absolutely went beyond.
Yes, she did. 100%. I agree.
What's Vanessa? Am I off?
Lachey, Nick Lachey's wife. She's talking about the reunion for Love Is Blind.
Oh, okay.
She was 100%.
Oh yeah, she was. You know what I was real irritated with the reunion, right? Is that they were getting in Irina's butt about her being just a little business in the house, but they didn't say nothing about Micah. Micah was part of that too.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna let that one go. I wanted to get on the show. I remember before the reunion came out and before all the other episodes, there was a live that I was listening to where Jess Owens was talking about it. And then I was like, oh, I want to catch her talking about it, in a sprint or something, and I never did. I should have asked her about it. She was on, she probably still is. She was on all day today working.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she probably still on. I don't know. But
no, she's off. She's off because she has her own Patreon sprints.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, I need to get off for a couple of hours. So
she was on all day. And then she pulled Bree from Locked Booktition. Great booktubers, by the way, y'all. Jess Owens and Locked Booktition. Subscribe. But they were both on, and it was a good time. I was doing all sorts of stuff.
It was funny too. I was just cracking up.
Yeah, it was just all day. And I was just like, I didn't even think to ask her about Love Is Blind. She probably would have had to stop working to talk about that.
Vanessa was trying to be like, what's the lady? Mona something, the one that does like the Love and Hip Hop shows. She was trying to be that. She was trying to be messy. She was trying to, like, she would ask a question. And I feel like all the cast members answered the questions so well. They were so mature and so calm with their answers. And Vanessa just kept poking and like being like, oh, but you said this. And like, but what about that? Like, just let it go. Like, they gave you an answer. Why are you trying to like dig at this? Like, just move on. She was trying to be messy.
But you know what? That's the time to be messy. The show was messy. I was all here for it. However, I will say I felt like they were coached. Like, are they all just that eloquent of a speaker?
I don't know. That's a good question because I feel
like I was in a business meeting.
They weren't as composed in previous seasons. I was very impressed with this season's reunion and how composed and like well-tailored their answers were. And they all just seemed like they had matured so much. And I'm like, wow, this was great.
I feel like they were kind of hiding something and trying to be on their P's and Q's. It's a junky reality show that I watch for an escapism, just like reading these books.
That's interesting because when I think about the Housewives reunions, and I don't watch those shows anymore. They're always messy. They're always messy. And they deck to the nines.
Yep.
It's a reality show. I expect a certain amount of drama. So when they're composed and giving me cookie cutter answers and sitting there with their pearls and stuff, I'm like, come on now, y'all.
They're
married on a reality show.
Okay. Like, wow, look at the maturity on this stage. I was impressed. I was like, I've never seen a reunion with such classy, like respectable, mature answers. And Vanessa was like, nah, we about to make this messy. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I appreciate she didn't let certain things go, but I just felt like they were putting on airs, and I didn't like that.
I think it made her look bad, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. But she all right. She got her dollars. Okay, I can go on for hours on that topic. Hell yeah, we probably need to get this.
She's on a successful show, so she doesn't need that show. True. That's an addition.
Yeah, because I'm all here for next season. They need to get some more messy folks. I wasn't confused and I was thrilled out. I wasn't in the mood for a thriller. No thriller there, huh? Thank you, Courtney. Kind words. Health is over. MS is quiet. Oh, there you go. Tampered down. That's what I'm talking about. 1.5. There we go. 1.5. Okay. I had a fantasy horror craving for 2 weeks. So hard to ignore your movie. Well, you know what? Kenny, your genre is May more horror mayhem. You got it all together, okay? All the horror books. I have to get going. I need to check in with the fam. Yep, don't ignore them because they're gonna be here when we leave. As last this week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything's okay. It's going to be a busy couple of weeks with fam coming for a celebration of life. Take all the time you need, lady. Okay.
Yep. Sorry to hear that.
Can't get books from the U.S. Oh, we got some, and we get them first too. I didn't realize that. The curse listening to stuff that fast and thinks slower is legit. Exactly. You train yourself. You probably train yourself that people need to speed up. You ever have a conversation and you're like, speed that up? You can't speed them up. So be prepared. It's like, sometimes.
Like, what are you trying to tell me? Come on.
Exactly. The military, bottom line up front. What's your bluff? Okay? That's like my husband. It's like, get to the point. Dude, slow your roll. I got to let him know. Slow your roll. Let me get to my point. If I take 10 minutes, listen. I listen to you. Get your coffee and just sit there and sit against the counter and listen. Give me my time. Lady. Bye, Amy. I hope to see you next time. Okay. We're here if you need a detox from all the drama and stuff that's happening, at home. Okay. When I started speeding up audiobooks, you do it slowly, took multiple audiobooks. Yeah. I think it just depends on the narrator. Some narrators are slower than others.
That's definitely true.
7.5 Deaths, that sucker was way too slow. 17 hours. Yeah, that guy was slow. I had to speed that sucker up.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh, Kenny's bye. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, bye, Kenny. Hello, Kiana. How are you doing? Hello. No, you get the details, but more so facts, financial reasons. How many hands are involved in slavery? For example, Britain was the first places to end slavery, but was financial. Yepers. There is a book called Wake. It's the history of women-led slave revolts. And it talked a little bit about that. Britain wants to act like they're hoity-toity and stuff about slavery because they ended it, but their big banks and stuff is built off of that. Mm-hmm. So anyway, now the script 3X. Oh no, that's too darn much. Backing benefit. Yuppers. All the big banks. 16, angry. Dr. Phil recently said about reparations, and I'm done keeping my mouth shut. Ooh, what did Dr. Phil say? Let me know.
This isn't related to that, but because she said Dr. Phil, it made me think of like all the old talk shows. You guys know Jerry Springer died?
My husband told me that about an hour ago.
There. Gosh, everybody's going.
I know he had cancer. So young, rich, and African. I gave all season 4 Peeps props because they gave each other grace. Experiment is about dating 15 people at the same time, falling in love with a couple people. They let live and kept pushing. Yep. Keep it moving. If it doesn't work out, I don't think they are fake at all. I don't know. I just wanted more drama. I just think of this as like a little reality show. I'm there for some of the drama that they exhibited earlier in the season. And
I could understand that.
Realness. Not everybody wants to like air their dirty laundry, but I do get like, I'm not sitting here yelling out like the housewives and stuff. They're there for a season, whereas the housewives come, each and every season and bring the drama. So they get in and get out. Like Jackie and what's that guy? I like that he was like, forget you, let's move past,
Mm-hmm.
But I do like how he said that social media keeps bringing it up too. He was like, allow us to get past it. I just felt that everybody was just very manicured in their response. It's almost like they wrote it down to remember it. And I just wanted something that's just a little bit more. Or maybe that's just me. I'm not like that eloquent speaker. So that's probably where I'm coming from. Did y'all hear that?
Who's that?
Who is? Are you talking about Carol Burnett, maybe? Carolyn.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Who's Carolyn Bryant? Carolyn Bryant. I don't know that. Who's that? Jerry Springer?
I don't know who that is.
Kenny, did you watch Riches on Prime?
Oh, snap.
What is that?
That's Emmett Till's accuser.
Oh, that chick.
Oh.
I didn't know what her name was.
Okay.
There is a book called The Trees by Percival Everett I read last year. Really amazing. But yeah, she was, if that's the accuser, I didn't know the name off the top of my head. But yeah, she was, they talked about that, about she recanted her story, blah, 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 blah. Yep. But good book. I haven't watched it. What's it about? Well, you know what?
Too late now.
We all answer for judgment later on. So, okay, y'all, let's get to some spreads. Y'all ready for this? What y'all want to do? 45's okay?
45 works for me.
Let me get this timer together. I'm glad we don't have echo and issues like we had last time. I don't know what that was about. This is going. Sorry, I'm trying to get the timer to go right here. Bam. Okay, y'all. The lady was accused of Emmett Till of whistling. Yeah, well, I'm moving past. I'm trying to get my psyche in a better spot. Yeah, they talked about her name. Check out the book Percival Everett, The Trees by Percival Everett. Really good book. I think y'all might have even told me about that book, but really good book. Learn a little bit more about that situation in a historical fiction type. No, historical fantasy fiction, sci-fi type manner. Anyway, check it out. All right, y'all. I need some tea. I'm gonna go get some of that too.
That's funny that nobody knew what her name was. Everybody was like, "Who is that?" And then once you saw who it was, it was like, "Oh, that hoe."
Exactly. I was trying to be nice, but I don't think her name is readily recognizable compared to his. This is more important, you know. Okay, y'all. Happy reading. Bam.
And she's disappeared.
I'm still here.
Hello. Ooh, time ended quickly. I was getting engrossed in my book there finally. Hello. So how did your read go? Let me back this up here while I'm thinking about it.
Okay, I'm back.
I was just about to get up and go to the bathroom, and then the timer ended. I'm like, finally, I'm getting into this book, and my brain's going on. Okay, so okay, I am going to go do that because otherwise, I'm not going to make it. Let me put the chat. Okay, so Audrey's going to read outside in the sun. Y'all talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Adrian's not back either. I think we got done a little early. I thought the timer said that the thing scrolling at the bottom said that we were coming back at 7:01 or whatever hour it is for you, 01. I think we got done a little early because I was definitely not even in the room. That was fast.
Just right around the corner. There's a little sanitizer. It's a little bit easier than washing hands. Okay. How was your reading?
Pretty good. I got through 34 pages.
Ooh, I didn't even see how long I got through. I'm one of those people to where it takes me a while before I get to my actual reading, and then once I actually start like engrossed and I'm sitting here and not getting up, then I go really quickly. Let me see how far I got here. I didn't even look. Did I start at this page? No, I started at. I was actually further along than I thought before I started.
That's good.
The thing. Hold up. I know I started at the beginning of a chapter. Is that it? I don't know why it's important to me to figure this out. Did I start right here? I think I started right here. Nope, that's not it. Oh my gosh. I think I got at least 15. Hold up. No. What do I feel like this chapter? Where did I start? Nope, that wasn't that. Okay, well, we're going to get through some chat while I figure out. I'm trying to figure out where I started at. I know where I ended. I'm going to read Outside in the Sun. Kiddo was playing. Wolf.
It was pretty nice today.
Wolf. It was not nice here today. It was kind of rainy. You didn't get rain?
Really? No, it didn't rain here. If it rained, it must have either rained early in the morning or it must have rained like later in the evening because I was out somewhere around like 12, 2, somewhere in that range. And it was nice.
I got 20 pages in. Okay, yeah, because I started at 63 and I'm on 82. Okay, yeah, I got about 20 pages in. Okay. I got to make sure for the readathon I don't get too far into this book, which I don't have much time to read in the next few days, so I don't think I'll get very far. But if I start, then I'm going to read the other book and break so I can put them both as part of my readathon. Yeah, we didn't have it was kind of chilly here today and kind of rainy, but it is what it is. The weather is so not
well, it wasn't nice like it was hot. It was nice, like I think it was like in the mid 60s today, which to me is nice.
Oh, we didn't get that far. We got like into maybe the 50s. So okay, yeah, your weather's much better than mine then.
Yeah, it was like 66 or something, 67, something like that was the high.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the whole it's going to consistently stay warmer in this region yet. So
I think it's supposed to go back down this weekend.
Well, I got to work the whole weekend, so oh well. Oh well. I hope that the weather heats up, but you know, hopefully for next week. Next week I plan to get out again and hopefully finish my yard work for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do yard work at the beginning of the summer or right before summer start would be preferable. And then right at the end of summer and then right before winter. I hate yard work, but somebody got to do it. But I think that it is good to do it that way. Sorry, I'm just looking at this thing. Okay, I don't know what that is. Sorry, I was looking at some options for in StreamYard I haven't seen before. But anyway, yeah, it's best to get out there before it gets really, really hot. But it has not consistently stayed the same temperature. So you really don't know what to expect in this region. Like one day to the next, I feel like every week is something else. Sudden death of Stephen Richards.
Who's that?
People. Who's Stephen Richards? Family? Estranged daughter and son Nina and Simon, much to the shock of Stephen's second wife, caught. Is this a book? Y'all know
I
what
don't know.
I missed something? Maybe we're talking about a book. Kenny, did you watch Riches on Prime? So she was talking about Riches. Oh, let us know what this is about. I
don't know who that is.
Yeah. I haven't been watching much TV lately. I'm not kind of in the loop as much because I read a whole lot more. So unless it's incredibly, recognizable, then I'm like, what?
If it's not something that everybody's talking about, I probably haven't seen it.
Exactly. Give me the news, y'all. Give me the news on Sprint. Always bring it to me. I have no idea who that is. Watch YouTube and made and eat dinner. Nothing wrong with that. Gotta eat. Did you make something good? Oh, there we go. Taco bowl on top of hash browns. That sounds delicious. Okay, give it to me. I'll take it. Hi, Christopher. How you doing? Yeah, he recognizes that too. Good evening. What is your reading schedule?
Who and for what?
Yeah, who and for what? What are y'all reading? Like, how do you set up books to read? Oh.
It depends. I usually will block off, like I give myself 6 books, like 6 slots. And so one of those slots is usually whatever my book club is reading for that month. One of those slots is the Choose Your Own Adventure. And one of those slots is the Buzzword. Sometimes I can combine them. Most of the time I don't. So then at least 3 more slots. So depending on what the theme is for the month, if there's any readathons going on that I'm going to take part in, any buddy reads, stuff like that, that's kind of how I fill in the gaps. Also, like if it's a summer book, like I've had the Black Hamptons since like last October or August, whenever it came out last year. I got it when it first came out, but I purposefully didn't read it because it came out in the fall. And I told myself, it's a book about the Hamptons. So obviously I'm going to read that in the summertime. Yeah. So that is already on my list to read, I think for like June or something. So like I'm a seasonal reader. So like if it's a book that takes place in the summer, I want to read it in the summer. If it's the book that takes place, and during the winter, like that's why I read The Fear in January, because that book took place in like a snowy like setting or whatever. So like I try to set it up like that, but sometimes books are just real popping and everybody's talking about it and I'm like, I gotta read it right now. So some things get bumped to the side to make room for other stuff. So it just depends. It's not like a set way to do it or a set way that I do it. It just depends on what the month is, what the season is, what I have on my shelf, and what everybody's talking about.
That's true. That's a good way to look at it. I like that in how you said you read the book that the season is in. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. I would say that I think it depends on like the readathon. Like I do readathons some months and none at others. So mm-hmm. I guess you could say I'm like half mood reader, half readathon. So I don't know. It just depends on what sounds interesting. So I guess that's a mood too. So. Mm-hmm. And then I just kind of slot. I'm trying to slot over because I'm always writing down books. You're like, oh, it's interesting, and I write it down. So I'm trying to get through that list of okay, I have a little thing on my phone. So for May, since I'm participating in readathons, I started going through, okay, what do I have on my list? Does it fit into these readathon prompts? And do I have access to it? Because that's another thing. Do you have access to it? If you're going to go out and buy a book, okay, you always have access, maybe, possibly. If you're trying to get it through the services you already have, then you may need to kind of figure it out. So, yeah, I don't think I really do by season, except for maybe Christmas. But I've only been on BookTube a little bit over a year. And Christmas time, was Christmas readathon. So that was particular. So I would say that if it's about, a readathon that has like certain time periods, then I definitely stick to that. Otherwise, I don't really think about it.
Yeah, like Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day. Yeah. I usually try to like target my reading towards those holidays or like Black History Month or, like whatever the theme is for the month. So it just depends.
Yeah. How about y'all in the chats? How do y'all structure your reading? Ulysses, you finished 1619. Ulysses did her homework. Okay, there you go. Clean out that email, girly. Taco truck outside. Ooh, I would love a taco truck. There we go. Taco Tuesday, whenever you pop by. Couple of pages, interrupted, watching my son at the park, getting back home in a couple of minutes.
That sounds so cute.
Hey, yeah, you got to keep periodically, like it's nice to read when you're with your kids, but you got to look up every now and then and make sure they're okay. So that is a constant interruption. I'm pretty sure those of you that have kids, you're probably used to that. That's just normal. Like I'm used to just having insomnia. Sometimes I sleep well, sometimes I don't. It's normal. A few years ago, I used to be bothered by it. Now it's normal. Oh, I only slept 3 hours. Hey, whatever. I'm good. Is that out in the UK, Rita?
Huh.
Oh, talking about that was a show she was talking about, Riches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I read whatever is due. That's true. And you got to extend out those holds. I'm telling you, those folks should have known when they gave me this, they're not getting this sucker back for like a few weeks or a few months. I extend out the holds, extend it out. And then when I still haven't finished it, then I'm gonna return it, wait a day or two, then put it back on hold. I only got this in 2 days, so not too many people checking for it at the library. Like sometimes when you have those new books, it takes them forever to give them to you. Mm-hmm. Like this one, I waited forever, so I have to read this because I'm not gonna get it back a while. Mm-hmm. But that one, I'm pretty sure I can send it back and then get it again. But I'm on a time limit with the whole discussion. I need to stop requesting library and read what you own. I need to as well. I have a lot of YA though, and I'm not really into YA. So at some point though, I'm gonna do a vlog of, hey, what is this I'm gonna read and what I'm gonna get rid of, and then read it. So I can just make room and clear my shelves and get new books. But there's a few in here I do want to read though. And a few I have, but most I have not. I did read that. Thank God I know automatic renewals. Yes. I just had one renew, but I went on when they send me the email saying, hey, this is coming up for due. I know that, if it's not a maximum, which I can maximum renew twice, if it is not at that second time and I know it's going to automatic renew, I still go in and check because I may have something on hold. I don't always get an email. I may have to go pick something up. Mood reader, month long or 72 hours or less readathon. I don't like ones in between. Oh, okay. Yeah. I like month long readathons. I don't know about 72 hours. I need a little bit more time because
I wouldn't be able to finish a book that fast.
I mean, I could do that, and I've done that. I've read a 300-page book in one day before, but generally, I'm dibbling dabbling in a bunch of stuff. Summertime, I have a lot more time. I think, or I structure more time, but it just depends. But if I'm doing a readathon or read along with other people, I like a good 24 month long. I think that's more than enough time to kind of commandeer my schedule. But I like to read what I want, and sometimes readathons are a little bit too structured for me. 2 BRs, but honestly, when I don't feel like reading something, nothing in the world would get me to read it when I don't feel like it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, don't participate all the time. I've changed up a lot. I don't do a TBR in video unless I'm participating in a readathon. Other than that, I don't do the TBR.
Yeah, I don't usually do TBR videos. I'll do wrap-ups, but I don't usually do TBRs.
Yeah. Well, even a wrap-up, I don't know. I think it just depends on what I'm doing because I'll read... I don't know. I've been doing a whole lot of extra things on my channel lately, so I'm still trying to structure some stuff, but it just depends on what I have going on. So I guess I'm a moody booktuber. Let's say that. Why do you hate that you're a mood reader? Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just don't have the time or just don't feel like it. Nothing wrong with that. I don't normally read seasonal like Christmas box or Christmas, but I've been really, really seasonally. Hey, it allows you to get into the season.
Yeah, for me, it helps me get into the book. Like when I read a bunch of Christmas books during Christmas time, or like reading The Fear in January, even though we didn't get any snow, January, February is when we normally would get most of our snow, which is why I purposefully read it in January. Yeah. Or like reading Halloween books or like scary, spooky, horror, whatever books in October, or like reading like summer beachy kind of books in the summertime. Like, I don't know, it kind of brings the story to life and it makes you feel like you're there too, versus like reading a summer book when it's like snow outside. It's like,
maybe they'll give you motivation till the sun comes back. Yeah, I agree. If somebody keeps talking about a book, yeah. But some of it has steered me wrong, like it's people talking about a book and you pick it up, But I put it on the list, if there's something that somebody's really talking about and I'm gonna look it up myself. Just because someone's talking about it don't mean I'm just gonna go in blindly. But I do like the idea of, okay, somebody's talking about a book, let me put it on my list and then kind of forget about the synopsis a bit, right before right before I'm about to read a book, I don't go back and read what's on the cover. Like I generally know what it's about. If it's in a category, bam, let's start.
Yep. That's why I don't really remember what this is about, because it had to have been something good for me to have put it on my list.
Exactly.
And for me to have bought it. Like I wouldn't have bought it if it didn't sound good. But I feel like sometimes when I read the synopsis of books, I'm really good most of the time at like predicting what's going to happen. Most stories are relatively predictable just because, I don't know, my brain just works like that. I'm always trying to figure it out ahead of, the book or whatever. So it's like I try not to read the synopsis because the synopsis sometimes gives away too much information and makes it that much easier for me to figure out what's going to happen.
I agree. And one thing that I have started though, like on my little TBR, never ending TBR, that app I have on my phone, what I'll do is I'll put the book's name and then in quotation marks, I'll put like, okay, is it a BIPOC author? Like what genre it is? And even some books that people really talk a lot about that I keep running across, if it's not something I want to read, I'll even put next to it, do not want to read. So that way, if I run across it, I'm like, oh, let me put this on my app and I see it. I'm like, yep, I said no. So just kind of put it into those, because different people say things different ways. Like, I was really looking forward to Hardcastle. It's not a thriller mood, was like swimming through custard. It can be a bit intricate, I will say.
It is a more complex book.
Yes. And there's a time and a place, I think, went for certain books as well. Started right away, won't read it because of the mood thing. Oh, okay, I get you. Kenny put 2-3x the number of books I'm actually able to read every month. And that way I have a big range of books to choose from depending on my mood, but still have a TBR. I think it's always great to put I would rather put a smaller number of books on my TBR and add to than to put a whole bunch and then not finish. That's generally what I do. I'll say I'll read 6 and read 12 or something. I have 14 times.
Jeez.
Dang, you got a good library, girl.
You can keep the book for the whole year.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I would hate to come behind you. It's like, I'm never getting that book. You can do a VPN thing. Oh, okay, to get it from like different locations. There you go. Do the tricks you gotta do, y'all. Cozy reader, seasonal read, not really common, but depends on the series. Yeah, that's true. It all depends on that sometimes. Next book in the series, I'm reading 4th of July. I'm saving that for July. Another series is fall planning. You might not ever get through a series unless you hurry up. Like if you have a series that, is all in one season, it's kind of good if you have a series that's in multiple seasons, like a year-long book that follows seasons. That would be really cool. Especially if it's a story you like. Exactly. You gotta be a finisher, Kiana. Just pick up one. Based on the mood, book tours I do, buddy reads, book clubs, and my personal TBR. Yeah, that's true. You know what I kind of do though is for book stuff. You'll see with my my TBR video I have coming out. I slot in with the readathons I'm doing. I try my best that any book club or group buddy reads, I try to slot into whatever readathons or something so that I'm not adding in extra books, because sometimes you might not get to them. Kiana always has 6-7 books at a time. I may do 2. I don't think I'm gonna. I can't read more than 2 at a time, or I don't want to.
Yeah.
Ziana, my DNF is way longer. Oh, really? Oh, I have a short DNF.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever DNF'd.
Really?
Not since I started reading. I mean, granted, I just started reading last summer, so like it's not like I have a whole lot of time under my belt. But I don't think I've DNF'd any of the books that I've read so far. I've wanted to. There's at least 2 that in
You're like me,
hindsight I
finish it.
should have DNF'd.
I have done that. I can count on one hand the amount of times I've DNF'd in BookTube. And before BookTube, I would just trudge through it. That's why before BookTube, sometimes it would take me like 2-3 weeks, which that is unheard of, to take me 2-3 weeks to finish a book. But back before I got more into books, like into BookTube and stuff, sometimes a book just drags and I'll just procrastinate and watch more TV or whatnot. But now I'm just like, you know what? It's okay to DNF. Or I will just trudge through it even though I'm disliking it. But what I have started to do lately is that when it gets to a point that I really can't do it anymore, like that book Witch King in my video last week, I wanted to DNF at 30, but I kept going until 40, and I was just, because I feel bad DNFing. And then I was like, I'm done. But what I will do, well, I didn't do it in this book, but in generally I'll do it with other books if I can keep up with them, but I'm just not liking the story, is I will kind of skim the book. So it may take me like another 30 minutes to an hour. So I can kind of skim through. I might not get all the details, but I kind of skim through. So I kind of at least know maybe what happened. But it's still a DNF because I didn't actually read it, you know?
Right.
The Witch King, I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing no more to this book. I'm not 40% it is. I'm reviewing for what it is at 40%, and it's a wrap. But yeah, I'm the same way. It takes a lot for me to DNF. I don't read the synopsis because I want to be surprised. Yes. Oh. So I'm thinking of DNFing a book and have only read 14 books. Not even giving it a chance. What's the reason? Give me a good reason at 14 pages. That's funny. My mood reads, reading 3 books at a time. Reading 1 book at a time is kind of driving me into, it's not really? Maybe that 1 book is just not hitting it for you. Yeah, that's a lot. I can't do it. Hey, you know what? Y'all do you. If that's what's working for you, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay. Yeah. The kiddos turn to read now. Oh, there you go. They read, you read. Calmness for everybody. Give them some little orange slices and, you know, hot dogs.
About that on Tuesday.
There you go. Kenny loves chaos. Nothing wrong with that. Keeps you interested in life. Focus on 1 book. Yes, I feel like if you're not finishing anything and you're dibbling, dabbling in a whole bunch of stuff, commit to 1 book, finish it. And then maybe that may help you out. The beginning of there you go. I don't feel as bad as I used to about DNFing. I used to feel really horrible and obligated. And I'm like, you know what, I can do it. But it still takes.
I don't feel obligated. I have like FOMO where it's like if I don't finish it, I feel like there's something I'm missing out on.
I can't say I feel that same way. I'm just like, I'm going to throw this book at somebody. Like my husband normally is the one that tells me to DNF because I'll start going to him. Oh, this book is driving me nuts, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, why are you don't have to finish it. I feel like he has to talk me into DNFing. Every book that I have DNF'd, he's talked me into because I keep complaining about it to him. And he's like, why are you keep complaining? Get rid of it. You got some other books. I was like, you're sure right.
I think the 2 books that immediately come to mind that I feel like I should have DNF'd are books that are pretty popular. So it's like, in my mind, I'm justifying it and I'm like, well, if other people like this book, like there must be something that happens. Like there's got to be a reason why everybody likes it. So I'll like try to push through it to get to whatever the good part is that everybody likes. And then I don't get to it. And I'm like, yeah, this book just sucked.
Tina says she'll DNF at any point immediately. There's a lot of books that I'm like, oh, I feel like I want to give it a chance. I give a book a good 50 pages, which is a lot. I give a good 50 pages and some 100 to wow me. And then I may consider DNFing, you know, give it a chance. Like this book here, I know it's building. It's still building. And now I just got to a point where I'm like, I'm intrigued. But I wasn't considering DNF, and I'm just like, it's this better just not be it. I know something's coming. So now I feel like it's on its way. But if you're halfway through a book and whatever it is not on the way, You might want to start pulling out that D to the N to the F. Oh boy. And like, who is it? Kiana just said it. I clicked over it. Genderqueer says life is too short
to read bad books.
Yeah, but I think Jen says life is too short to read books that don't spark joy. I think that's what she says, right? Or did she?
Her catchphrase is "Life is too short to read bad books." That's what she says at the end of all her videos. Well, not all her videos, but at the end of most of her videos, that's what she says.
Oh, who was it that says life is too short to read books that don't spark joy? There's another person. I thought that it was Jen, so it must not be them. Well, still, yes. Life is too short, but the caveat is give it a chance. And 15 pages, Tina, is not a chance.
She just reads the author's note and then taps out.
I know. I mean, like, you know what? This dedication just is not popping. I'm about to be out. That's not a chance. Oh, that is too funny. I lost my time placing the chats, but I'm laughing myself. Oh, okay. Well, Tina's cutthroat. Tina's cutthroat with the DNF and Nell is cutthroat with the 5 stars. So, Sister Harlem, what are you cutthroat at? Oh, I think she's doing something. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say DNF, but I finished Babel, so.
What did you think of it?
She gave that 2 stars. I was laughing.
I'm on my own private island with maybe just a couple of other people. That was not a book for me.
That's a long book for 2.
Yeah.
But I was so glad that I didn't get the special editions because I had FOMO with the special editions. And then when I read it and that was my discovery, I said, Lord, I would have been so upset.
Yeah, I'm not into dark academia and stuff.
Well, that's what I discovered about myself.
I just heard the whole thing about
it's the second book in dark academia that I'm like,
not for you.
Not for me.
I just thought it was just kind of like the whole idea of people kept talking about how it's discovering language and the mystery in it and stuff. And I'm like, what? I don't know.
It sounded like a good concept, but the book is too long. And from what I've heard, the way that it's written, it's kind of written in a boring way, if that makes sense. So I'm like, if they ever do an adaptation, I would definitely watch it because conceptually it sounds great. But to read a book that long, yeah.
Yes, that just goes to show you some books are not for everybody. Yeah, I was like you. If there was a movie, I would watch it just to see what everybody's talking about, why this book was amazing to everybody. If it was like an hour and a half or less. Otherwise, I'm like, you know what, I'm out. Because I never even watched like the Da Vinci Code and all that stuff.
Yeah, I never seen that either.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I loved the book. I love the book.
I usually DNF at 132 pages every book. What?
That is so specific, Kenny.
Kenny's like, Kenny at the beginning of the book puts a bookmark at 132. Yeah. You don't wow me by 132, I'm out.
That is so specific.
I want to see your DNF video, Kenny. I want to see your process. To go through your DNF process at 132. Do a video. I would be like, put it out there. That's funny. 50 pages. I mean, in the grand scheme of how much we read, that's not a whole lot. You know, it's given a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, I have heard that statement. Okay. This title doesn't work. Y'all are bad. I'm not reading. If I ever write a book, not going to happen. But if I write a book, I'm not even telling y'all. Stingy with the 5 stars. I'm starting to be
there
more
are some
stingy.
books that people will describe, and I'm like, that is not the book for me. I won't even bother.
That's true. Yeah, the 5-star. I've given out a lot of 5 stars lately, especially with graphics. But yeah, I'll give the 4-star very liberally. But I'm a try to backtrack with the 5. But I'm a 4 or 5 girl. I come back to eventually. Sometimes you got to be in the right headspace. I don't see the point in special editions. Uh-oh.
They just look pretty.
Yeah, they look pretty. Yeah. The library, I don't care because I get it. I want to read the words and I return it to the library. So not my thing, but I enjoy seeing everybody's pretty books like Sister Harlem's Amari. I've never read it, probably not going to, but I love seeing it. So Chatty the Mad Chatterer has a... Say that again?
So if you're a collector, then it's nice to have.
Yes. There is a booktuber, Chatty the Mad Chatterer, awesome booktuber. I think she's from the UK. She has all the pretty books in the world. I don't think she buys a book unless it's pretty. I just want to see her hold up the book. I mostly read cozies. Can't waste the time with the bad vibe. Yeah, but sometimes I need that substance in there. Like, what are they doing when they did Fade to Black? You know, how did they kill him? That's the issue with cozies. Adrian said she wasn't like a Babel. I thought for sure I was going to DNF. Oh, you finished. Okay. Just happens to be where I DNF books. 3 chances. Wow, Kitty has a system. I love it.
It's crazy.
I want to go through that process with you. Do a video where it's some book that you think you may possibly DNF, and just walk us through that process. I would be interested to see where you land at. Academic shrouded in mystery. Yeah, I just don't think it's for me. When it first came out, I think the first time I heard about Babel, it was Jess Owens. It was a short she did where she was just so excited she got it in book mail and she was like running it open. I was like, okay, what's this book? And then the more that I kept hearing about it, I was like, this does not sound like something I want to read. I respect her choice, but it's not my thing. And I was thinking of picking it up because I looked at my library has it on audio and in a regular book form. And I just don't think it's for me. The more I've looked at people's videos, I've even tried to find spoiler videos, and I'm like, it's just still not for me. Not gonna do it. But I appreciate if it's for people, especially if you're academics. Hello, Paco. How are you doing today? I was about to ask if you're at work. Make some shmoney. How y'all doing? I like pretty things. I do too. I don't buy all the special editions. I have to like the book first, unless I mentally decide it's about the artwork and not the art within the pages. That's true. I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
I would love to have all those pretty books, but I don't have the space and the money. So I'm gonna just read it and talk to y'all about it. But I want to see y'all books. Y'all hold them up and keep getting them subscriptions and showing me so I can be like, oh, it's so pretty. When I say, oh, it's a pretty book, I'm not being facetious. I'm curious. I'm like, oh, it is pretty. So what you drinking, Miss Adrian?
Blackberry Izzy.
Ooh, nice.
Izzy. I never heard of that. Is that a soda or something else?
Yes,
it's a soda. Well, juice soda.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Got something interesting going on. Okay, so what readathons are y'all going to be participating in if y'all participating in May?
None. other than like the year-long one that I'm already doing, the Choose Your Own Adventure, which I already started, obviously, and the Buzzwordathon. But other than that, nothing.
Oh man, and none for you, Adrian, huh?
No, not. I just know that I'm going to read some books for AAPI month, but
okay. Well, that's readathon. There you go.
I'm not committing to any prompts or anything like that.
Yeah. What about y'all on the chats? Yeah, Kenny says Horror Mayhem. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm only committing to I guess I'm only committing to one readathon. No, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to word it. I guess I'm committing to 3 readathons as is, maybe 2. But I'm actually participating in 5 to where I have AAPI and I'm basically I'm not committing to prompts. It's just, I have I think 2 or 3 books by Asian authors. And then Springathon, I have it written down. Southern Charm Readathon, that's the one where it's 8 prompts and I'm actually committing to those 8 prompts. And then Horror Mayhem, but that's 250 books or 250 pages or less. So I think most of these books are under 250 pages. So I could say I'm committing to that, but there's no other prompts besides that. And then Escape the Readathon, which I hope there's no curveballs. That's basically read what you want and submit up what your books are in a form. and then keep up the Discord. So I guess after your team, I'm assuming after your team has achieved a certain number of points, then there's some door that gets unlocked, and there's a prompt. Now, what that is, I have no idea. I don't plan to change my TBR. So if it says read something, if it's not something coming up, then other people better do it. I'm just on the team to submit a point. So I guess you could say I'm part of it, but it should be fun. We shall see. Oh, and then by the way, y'all, so I'm going to put out a video probably in another, I don't know, couple of weeks for June, if y'all are interested. The Priest series, we are going to do, I think I spoke about it on Tuesday Sprints, a buddy read with the Priest series in June. I don't know how I'm going to do that for discussions yet, but message me if y'all interested. In like a live show or something where we can discuss it. Maybe we'll like read like the first couple of books, or I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure it out. It might just read all of them and then at the end of the month talk about it or break it up, but it should be fun. Readathon is the magical one. That's the choose your adventure one, right? Is that
Part
one?
of the Choose Your Own Adventure is an extension of the Magical Readathon.
Okay. Yeah, that one's a very popular one. There's a lot of people reading on that one. So get your read on. I don't think Dark Academia is for me. Connected with the babble that words have been colonized and the premise behind using translation form of genocide. Y'all know I hate erasure. Woo.
See, the concept of babble just sounds so interesting. It sounds like something that I would like, but I just feel like the way that it is written is going to be too boring for me to care.
Yes, I agree. And that's kind of how I think about it as well. Like I like that concept of it, because you have a whole groups that have kind of just had voice silence on language, but yeah, I don't want to. Maybe a movie or a series. Nah, I don't know if I would commit to a series, but I'm glad that people liked it though. It sounds like it got really good rave reviews. Now I think that R.F. Kuang, is that the person that wrote Yellowface? Same author, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That's on my list if I can get it. NetGalley does not want to send me the ARC, so that's okay. But I do want to read that. Is anyone reading? Oh my God, we're just talking about that. If I can get it, it comes out. I don't know, when does it come out? I have it listed somewhere.
I thought it was already out.
No, it comes out this month. May, I believe. I think it comes out in May.
I have it written down.
Towards the end of the month.
May 16th.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I do plan on reading that, but not yet. I'm not doing a darn thing in May. Max out the readathons or add some PI books. There you go. Take them
exactly
off.
how I feel.
Sounds so interesting. 25th of May. Oh, 25th. Okay, I'm off. But it's in May time frame, so right around the corner. All right, y'all. Let's get to another sprint here. Let me go to set this timer. We're gonna do 45. Y'all okay with that?
Yep.
45. I'm gonna start it right there. Okay, let me add this to the mix. And happy reading. Hello, hello, hello. How did your reading go? Let me stop this here. How was it? Everything you hoped it would be. I'd like to say I got more reading done than I did, but I did not.
I didn't realize I was muted. I got 42 pages and I put away groceries.
Oh, there you go. I got 10 pages. I had dinner, excuse me, and made some tea and spoke to the husband.
Nice.
I told him I would be done by 8. Obviously, I figured we would do one last 20-minute sprint pretty quickly, if you're okay with that, and then get out of here.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's see. Where am I? I'm trying to figure out. I'm in the chat. Okay, so Kenny was saying that Yellowface comes out May 25th. Okay, put it on your calendars, y'all, if y'all interested. I know Ned Kelly has an arc, but I didn't get it. So I think by the time it's, if they were going to get it, they'll probably approve me like the week before. Go ahead, read it. I wouldn't push to read it. It's okay. I read it because it was a book club pick and everyone was gushing over it. It took me a good 2 weeks to read it through.
I think she's talking about Babel, maybe.
Babel. Okay. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it can't be Yellowface. Okay, well, you know what? Sometimes you have that pressure when it comes to other people saying, hey, read it, and if you commit to it. So I'm part of a book club, but I can't make any of the meetings because it's always days that I work, so I haven't committed to any of the books. Which is good because none of them really appeal to me. So I do Buzzword Magical Readathon every month all year, and then I'll do the Asian Readathon Cindy does. They may be very chaotic for me. Just read 1 or 2 books. Like I think I did write down the prompts actually, but I'm not sticking to them. So I just put, let me see, I'm having my little list here. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 books on for AAPI. I don't know what prompts they fit, but it prints at least 1. It's an Asian author. So there you go. So do what you can. I think it's all about just reading diversely and exposing yourself to something new. So nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Buzzwordathon. I was trying to do Buzzwordathon every month, but I've already skipped a month, so I'm just gonna work it for the year. Books with Lala said you can do it however you want. So that's my plan. I'm stuck to most months. March. I don't think I read something with the word secret.
I read every last secret. That was good.
That was really good. I ran across that with a few. I read that years ago, but there's been a few people's channels I've run across that have read that lately. So I'm wondering if it's kind of making its round. But yeah, that was a good book. I did not expect it when I picked it up. I'm like, okay. I think it was one of those. I have Prime. Not that I've read a Prime book in a long time, but you know how Prime gives you like a first read or something. I think it was one of those a while back. No idea much I read, but I'm trying to make some progress in Wolf by Wolf. Keep at it. Watch YouTube and play Minecraft. You know what? That is productive. It is stimulating the mind. Nothing wrong with that. This was fun and have a good night to you as well. Hey, Courtney. How you doing, Bree? Okay, y'all. Let's get to one more 20-minute sprint and then get out of here, okay? I just don't want to leave it at this right here because we didn't say we're going to have a last sprint. So one more 20 minutes, okay with you now?
That works for me.
That works. Let me just go ahead. I already have this right here. That's roughly 20 minutes right there. Yeah. That's 20 minutes and 30 seconds. That's good enough. Okay. Okay, y'all. Happy reading. 20 minutes and we'll come back, okay? Hello. How you doing? I felt like that 20 minutes was not enough, but that's all. How's your book going?
Good. I'm actually really enjoying it so far. I'm still not fully sure what the plot is, but this girl basically, I think they're in high school. She goes to like a boarding school and they have like these different like houses. I guess they're kind of like sorority houses, but they're not sororities. They're like these elite, I don't know, like societies or whatever. They call them covens because the school that they go to, I think, is like built on the grounds that was like the school was founded by women that were suspected to have been witches in like the 18th century or something like that. So I'm not really sure what this story is about, but it's interesting so far.
Sometimes you got to get invested. That's why you can't do that for 14 pages. You got to give it a minute. How about you, Adrian?
Well, I didn't read because I was pulled into a meeting, and because we have an event on Saturday, so
fun.
So I think I said before, I'm a member of a sorority, and I'm a part of the MPHC, which is all of the Divine Nine, and I'm the chair of the scholarship committee. We have an event on Saturday. So I was pulled into a meeting and I was like, oh, I'm already late for this meeting. Let me see what's going on for this. And I was still working. So, and I literally just hung up the phone with my sister. So I will be reading before I go to sleep. You know, I have also had the advantage I have tomorrow off. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go. So everything got hashed out though?
Yeah.
There you go. That's a plus. Yeah. That is a plus. Yeah, I saw you posted something on IG. I clicked on it, then I got called away and I never went to it. It was some sorority stuff. So I guess that's gearing up for what's going on.
Yeah, our chapter had our retreat last Saturday.
Oh, fun.
So, that was a good time.
It was a good time. It was a good time. And I'm one of the people that takes a lot of pictures.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You got to commemorate it, right?
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that don't take enough. I'm like, what? All right. Well, we're going to get out of here shortly because my husband's already complaining.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, me too. I'm already tired. I'm like, ugh. I'll stay maybe another hour with him. And I'm like, let's just go to bed early. Okay, thank y'all very much for coming. Didn't read, had to entertain a 6-year-old. There you go. He read. You know what? Get them early. Nothing wrong with that.
They win every time.
Exactly. Thank for the sprint's fun. Time to clean the kitchen. Clean away.
Mhm.
Well, thank you very much for coming by. Much appreciated. I hope y'all got some reading in, even if you didn't read a book or finish it. You got some productivity. What time is it actually?
Yeah, I got through like 80 pages of this book, so this was productive.
It's
I said I
10
got like
minutes
through
to
80
9.
pages. Huh?
That's good.
It's 10 minutes to 9.
Oh,
80 pages is good.
Yeah, because when I started, I was on page like, I don't know, 5 or something, and now I'm on page 87. So,
okay.
Very productive.
Yeah,
And it's, like I said, it's interesting so far. I just don't know where it's going.
It doesn't look like it's a big book, though.
No, it's not. I think it's like
Mhm.
300 or 400 pages.
Okay, yeah.
It's like 350, 360, something like that.
All right. It should be having reveals sometime shortly then.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I shall see y'all around. I got to work this weekend, so maybe I'll get another few pages in today, and then I know the next 3 days are busy, so I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done. So I have a chore left for these 2 books. Now you have a video coming out tomorrow around noon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And Miss Adrian, you had a video come out.
Now that it seems like I can do some videos, because I cleared up some things on my phone, I'm going to try to catch up on the videos I did not do.
There you go.
Which were some things that were tagged in. So I'll try to do them actually if I have some time tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, you have the day off. Make it productive, but have some fun in between all of that.
Yeah. I have next Friday off too. So yeah. I have time that I got to get rid of before I lose it. So.
Yeah, I know that. I got some time I got to put in the books too. Okay, yeah. What do I have? I have a video coming out on Saturday and then Tuesday. So around BookTube. I shall see y'all there. Have a good day, y'all, in the chat. Much appreciated for coming by. Hope y'all have a great day, okay? Bye, y'all.